On March 26, Maryland suffered one of the most tragic events in our state's history. That we saw a ship the size of 3 football fields slam into the iconic Key Bridge and taking it down instantly, and with it, losing 6 Marylanders tragically. We saw with the loss of the Key Bridge, it also suspended all operations for the Port of Baltimore, which serves 2/3 of this country with supplies and represents a significant portion of our state's economy. This was not just a tragedy for Maryland. This was a tragedy for the country and a real challenge to our nation's economy. On that same morning, President Biden promised that he would stand with the city of Baltimore and the state of Maryland to ensure that we would rebuild the Francis Scott Key Bridge, and that very morning, I gave 4 directives. The first, that we would not just make sure that all the families were comforted, but also brought closure. The second was that we would reopen the Port of Baltimore. The third, we would take care of all families and anybody who was impacted by that destructive act, to include our port workers and our small businesses. And the fourth, that we would rebuild the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Well, Maryland, I'm proud to say and thankful to Congress that just now it was announced that Congress will support a 100% cost share to ensure that we will rebuild the Francis Scott Key Bridge on time and on budget. This is a big deal because it guarantees that all 4 objectives that I laid out that first morning will be accomplished. Provide comfort and support to the families, make sure we can reopen the channel, making sure that we can support all those impacted, and that we will rebuild the bridge. We will get that done quickly and on time. And this would not have happened had it not been for the support and the commitment of President Biden, of Speaker Johnson, of Leader Schumer, and also the fantastic congressional delegation that we have here in the state of Maryland, led by Senator Cardin and Senators Van Hollen. This is an important moment, Maryland, because we are going to show that we can do big things. And in the face of tragedy, we recover, we stand together. And yes, in this moment, Maryland will ensure that we will leave no one behind. Thank you, everybody, and happy holidays.